This isn't your standard home service podcast. Hosted by Bobby Danielson, Plum Funny's the only show with world-famous guests you won't recognize, but you'll wish you worked with. Welcome to the messiest and funniest job site in podcasting.
What's going on, guys? Bobby here with another episode of Plum Funny, and today's guest is...
I'm Dan, owner of Knockout Plumbing, and thank you for having us here.
Of course. Dan is the man. So you're originally from...
Alabama.
Mm-hmm. You made your way out to not so sunny Phoenix today. It's a little... What's up with the wind?
It's crazy. The weather has changed dramatically, and we actually talked about it. Like it's almost like an El Nino situation that you see in the West, or the back of East. You know what I mean? You'd see it where weather constantly changes. I think next week it's supposed to be a lot colder, and then it's supposed to warm back up, and then the week after it's supposed to be colder, but we shall see.
Yeah, when we got here, we left Tennessee. It was fucking freezing cold.
Yeah.
Then we get here and it's like a little overcast. We're going to California next week, and it's fucking raining.
Yeah.
And then when we get back to Nashville, actually tonight, it's gonna be fucking raining. Yeah. So it seems like we're just bringing bad weather everywhere we go.
I think you guys are the cause of it, man. Like I got inspections waiting to happen, and I can't get it done because of you guys now. Now I know the problem.
Yeah, we need to get the fuck out of here. So Dan, you've been in the industry for how long?
25 years.
25 years.
Yep.
Damn. So I was 5 years old when you started.
Yeah.
I don't mean to make you feel old, but
I'm getting up there. Yeah, I started.
That's crazy.
I started at 14.
No shit.
Yeah, I could graduate early, and instead of graduating early, I did a school to work program with Plum Electric, and I learned how to do plumbing, electrical, heating, and cooling.
Whoa.
And yeah, been there ever since.
No shit. So you got your GED at 14?
No.
You graduated.
I graduated high school. Yeah, I graduated. I think I was 17 years old after my school to work program.
Are you good with numbers?
I'm good with math.
I was about to say, you gotta be real good.
Yeah. No, I'm a biomedical science major.
Oh my God.
I went to ASU, and but yeah, I decided to stick with plumbing and just kind of went that direction.
Interesting. What would you say, so biomedical engineer? What does that consist of?
So I wanted to be, it's biomedical science degree, which I wanted to be an orthopedic surgeon. So I wanted to work with extreme athletes. I'm a really complex individual where I specialize in things that you say can't be done.
Yes.
I make it a reality.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that Knockout's known for is we get referred by other industries and stuff like that, or other plumbing companies that, they get over their head and they're like, no, I got a guy that knows this stuff and can definitely make sure that we hit the mark.
Yeah.
So that's what we kind of do. You know what I mean? Like, so that's how I am. I've always been that. Think outside the box, piece it together, and then kind of make it happen. It's always that, chew off more than you can chew, but figure out how to chew it type scenario. Kind of like live that way.
You're like the Mike Tyson of the plumbing industry.
I try to be,
that's like your mentality, I feel like. Especially Knockout. If anything, if Mike Tyson's watching this, you guys need to do a fucking commercial.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Please.
I'll do it.
I actually know some people. It's some guy I met in Florida. His dad was like part owners of the Tyson Weed.
Okay.
So he's always with Mike Tyson. Yeah. It's like,
Mike Tyson used to live here in Scottsdale.
No shit.
Yeah, I went to his old house, the one that he had the tiger at.
No way.
Yeah. We did a whole bunch of work.
Tell us.
Yeah, so we got called out there, and a customer just purchased a house from Mike Tyson, and still very lavish. I would say very bold. And we went in and re-gutted out his bathrooms and stuff like that. But it's the same house that if you look at the pictures of him having the tiger and stuff like that, it's all there at that location. Yeah.
How long did he live there for? For quite a while.
I think it was there 3, maybe 4 years, I could imagine. But then, like I said, I think eventually he kind of just went out a different direction. I think with his divorce or something.
Whoa! Did you find anything crazy at his house, in this plumbing system?
I didn't. I was hoping to see something crazy.
Bags?
Yeah. Because we've gone to a lot of athletes out here.
Yeah.
Patrick Peterson's a big one. Patrick Peterson was the Cardinals' defensive back. I was actually, I did a job in Gilbert, and they did it under an alias name. And when I showed up, I saw that Mrs. Peterson was there, and she was pregnant.
Whoa.
Nobody knew she was pregnant. I kept it down low, secret, and I didn't say anything. And then, she was obviously going to med school here.
Yeah.
And then I actually got invited back to their Scottsdale home, where I saw him, met him in person. Did a whole bunch of crazy plumbing work for them.
Whoa.
And then, obviously saw Larry Fitzgerald there and stuff like that.
No way. Yeah. That must be cool. Yeah. Are you somebody that gets starstruck or no? You're just another person.
They're human to us, and that's the thing is when I look at it, it's okay, how do I build a relationship with that individual, right? And if I build it based off of the starstruck situation or I want autographs, what does it turn into? It turns into the me factor.
Yes.
Relationships aren't built off me, right? Relationships are built off of us, transparency, honest, being there for each other and stuff like that. So if as us as a plumbing company, we really don't look at it like that. We look at, hey, hey, you're still the same individual that's calling us for help, and we're here to help you and move through that, we're going to go from that direction.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just talking with somebody yesterday, and they always say, like, the saying is nobody calls a plumber on their best day ever.
Correct.
So, like, and then you add that into them being already like a celebrity or whatever, and it's like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, just
they hate it. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, I'm just a normal person.
Yeah.
I still shit, eat, and do the same thing you like to do, but like, bringing it to my home, and then not only that, you're inside their home, right? And then you're being starstruck inside their home. Comfortability leaves, right? You're like, okay, now I got to put up the flags. Now I got to put up everything. Now do I really want you here? Are you going to try to sit there because you know who I am, or because I'm starstruck, you can try to gouge me on pricing? So it's like I said, it's understanding people are who they are. And understanding that they work their asses off to get where they're at.
For sure.
And that's who they are. You know what I mean? And I define them as an individual, not their success.
Yeah. Have you ever, not you having to use any names, have you ever been to like somebody of stature or celebrity and their house was just kind of like thrashed? Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah.
I have that question because my uncle is one of his first, he's a cop in LA, LAPD. Yeah. And one of his first weeks he was on a call to Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's. And he said the house looked like fucking shit.
Yeah.
There's boxes everywhere, people just like trash and shit. Yeah. It's like you would expect them to have like, I don't know, even fucking maids. Yeah. You know? I mean, you got enough money. You would think so. Like I mean, I'm not gonna say the individual, but I will give you some details. Yeah. I got called out to a job in Gilbert, and it's an ex-NFL player. And I got called out. He had nice vehicles in the parking lot, or not in the parking lot, but in his garage and out in the thing and stuff like that. And you go inside, parking lot. And like everything is just all the way up the walls. And I'm like looking around, like, oh, you would think, you know what I mean, like exactly what you said. You know what I mean? Oh, you got money, you could be able to afford this and have it clean and stuff like that. But a lot of athletes that I've seen or that I have gone to have been hoarders, or in some way like collecting everything from memorabilia side of things. You know what I mean? Like every helmet they wore, or every cleat that they have, or whatever it may have been. But almost every one of them, besides a few of houses that I've been to, were not like absolutely perfect. Yeah, extravagant. Yeah, that's insane. And I'm sure like with money, I mean, I try to like reel it in when it comes to consumerism, because like it's just the death of fucking of America. Like you just buy shit that's unnecessary, but that's like this whole country is. Like we buy shit, and that's what funds this whole thing. See, the best rule to live by, and like I try to teach my kids, and when people talk to me about finances or business and whatever it may be, I call it the 90-day rule. And so 30, 60, 90, right? 30 days, if you want something, you talk about it, you talk about your spouse, blah blah blah. 60 days, you find what's the need behind it, right? Yeah. Okay, then you justify it. Then at 90 days, if you still want that subject or whatever it is, then you purchase it at 90-day mark, right? So it gives you that time to say, do I really need this, or do I not need this? Should I take this money and move it somewhere else? Yeah. Or do I need to invest in what I want to buy, right? Yeah. And so buying on a whim is always like, I mean, that's why people always have that remark of, oh, I feel buyer's guilt or buyer's remorse, right? Yes. Because they play off emotions, right? Yeah. And a lot of things are like, you should never purchase anything or do anything off emotions. But obviously as a sales guy, you work on emotion. So, but yeah, that's what I do. Do you implement that into your company? 100%, yeah. So when we were like, anything that we purchased, even when we bought our new Mercedes, I bought 6 Mercedes last year. Sprinter vans? Those are your work trucks? Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, gangster! Yeah. I'm gonna come work for you. Yeah, we got them, and it's all about, like I said, comfortability for the guys. And when we were transitioning from the Ford, from the Transits, from the F-250s to the Nissan MVs, and going to the Mercedes, and still kind of like, okay, I kind of like I had to put in a factor of like, for one, what are these trucks worth, right? And then I had to see like, okay, if I were to do X, what's my ROI on X, right? And then you kind of like look at the factor of everything, and then I waited the 90 days to say, okay, is it due to purchase? Is it a smart move? And at 90 days, we were still absolutely killing it. And, I mean, we've never slowed down, which I'm thankful for, and I'm thankful for all my customers and stuff like that, and the people that follow us. I bought 3, and then I waited another 60 days, and I was like, this is not enough. I need to buy 3 more. So I bought literally 3 more within a time of 90 days. And then it's like I said, even with our heavy equipment, because we try to in-house everything, I'm really big on like
if I have to rent it, I need to own it.
Yes.
So I'm not making someone else money. It's staying in-house. I'm making the money in-house.
Yeah.
Not only that, like I said, I can also rent out my equipment if I needed to at a point in time where we're not using it, right?
Yes.
But even with our jetter, we have a big commercial jetter that was built by Jetter Depot. Thank you, Jetter Depot, by the way.
Shout out Jetter Depot.
Yeah, they're great. They're out of Georgia. The guy's fantastic. They built it exactly the way we wanted it, and I think we actually waited like 6 months. And like thinking about exactly everything we wanted on this thing.
Yeah.
Because they have a lot of awesome product.
Yeah.
And it did it. You know what I mean? They got it here, and the damn thing has been awesome.
What kind of special add-ons did you guys have?
Yeah. So I think we have a 300-foot reel on that. So like, for instance, like Bass Pro and stuff. I mean, we do all their stuff.
Yeah.
So their jet lines from the back of the store to the front of the store is like a little up at 275. So our jetter can hit that whole store any direction we need to go.
What's a standard size?
So about 100 feet, 150 feet.
That's what I was going to say, 150 feet.
So like I said, it's all tailored, and we have the ability to adjust the pressure as much as we needed to before we redline it. But then we got like massive heads. So we have some heads that, you know what I mean, if you look at them, they're like this big.
Yeah.
And they're shooting, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 PSI and cleaning pipes and stuff like that. So,
Don't let the CIA know about that. Imagine having a fucking Taliban sit on one of
those.
those bad boys.
There wouldn't be much left of them. I'll tell you that.
Fuck waterboard. We're just gonna hydrojet their ass.
Yeah,
literally.
we got one that will spin inside, so I'm sure we can just cut them into slices. But yeah, no, they were great. Like I said, but before we purchase anything, we definitely look at the overall. Is it needed? If it is needed, what does it look like?
Yeah.
And then we execute accordingly.
Sweet. Do you have like certain guys that get to go in the Mercedes vans? Like it's like older guys, or like I wouldn't trust a newer guy. It's like, here, take the fucking Mercedes.
No, we do everything based off of seniority.
Yes.
I'm a big believer. Like if you're out there absolutely killing it, you've been with me for a long time, I'm always going to look at you and be like, hey, you're a veteran here. You're someone that's been, and it's all about blood, sweat, and tears, right? And we just have always done it that way where like I'm an equal to my guys.
Yes.
I mean, there's always that that statement that rather eat steaks with bums and stuff like that. But like when I sit at the table, all my guys sit at the same table as me.
Yeah.
We're equal. And I just look at it that fact as like, okay, these guys have been here the longest. We're upgrading you guys. We'll move the young bucks into the older trucks.
Yeah.
And as they progress, eventually we'll have nothing but Mercedes.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to veterans, they get first pick 100%.
Yeah, that's cool. I learned that very early on, and it's like I learned that you got to pick and choose from the people that you meet. I want to be like this, a certain aspect of this person, and I don't want to be like this because of X, Y, and Z. It doesn't fit with what you like. Correct. Kind of go, but troop welfare is the biggest thing.
Yep.
And a lot of people lose sight of that just because of this is my company. I don't. It's like shut the fuck up.
100%. Yeah, a lot of owners are like that. I hate to say it. You know what I mean? There's owners out here. You know what I mean, that are very cocky, arrogant assholes. I say it. I'll say it to their face if they're sitting right here.
I could tell you'd have a new guy and be like, if he said he was hungry, I'd be like, yeah, come on over, huh?
Yeah,
like,
100%.
Sure
yeah, like even when my guys are working, like I said, my wife will order food or I'll order food, bring food out. Like, hey, let's get food. I do everything to make them feel like. To be honest with you, they're our backbone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Without them, we're nothing.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like I said, our ability to make them happy the whole time is super important. Obviously, you're going to have those hiccups where, like I said, you're going to have conflicts of, people's personalities and things.
Of course.
But that's what makes it great, right? That's what makes the ride really awesome is that you got to learn each other, adapt to each other. Yeah, this is blue collar. If you get all like sissified about things in the trenches, sorry, this isn't going to be for you because things are going to be said that might hurt your fucking feelings. But man the fuck up and give your balls a tug type situation. And that's just how we kind of have done it. You know what I mean? Like, my guys last night, they did a whole underground in a day and a half.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they work 13-hour days. You know what I mean? But they're out there like it's got to get done. And we like with this customer, we told him 3 days. We got it done in a day and a half. This customer's out there crying. You know what I mean? He's so happy because now his job's back on schedule because my guys weren't pussyfooting around and they were like, let's get it done.
Exactly. So. Well, and also it's like for me, if I start something, I hate leaving it. It's like, I'll come back tomorrow. It's like, man, I fucking just not sleep.
Yeah.
That's how Luke anything.
Is. Yeah. Luke's my lead guy on my install team, and that's how he is. He's anal. And
okay.
Like, I'm super anal.
Yeah.
He's like anal with me. So it's like perfect because I'm like, I say like, hey, I want this done this way. Yeah. And he makes it a reality.
Yeah.
But yeah, Luke, Cody, and Logan yesterday just smoked it.
Hell yeah, you guys got a solid team, it sounds like.
We do, yeah. Like I said, they beef with each other. They all talk shit with each other, but that's the best part because I sit back and laugh. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, let's go back to work, guys. Yeah. And we're all cool with each other after.
Any big family that has, personalities, it's like That's what makes it stronger.
100%.
You know?
100%.
If you kind of just like walk away from the situation and let that shit boil, and I don't know, grow, it's not gonna work.
I don't like yes men. I'm a big believer. I don't hire yes men.
I was just talking with somebody yesterday and hear that, or yes men.
Yep, I can't stand it because that doesn't make a company work. Yeah. I don't feel, right? Like I said, even from my old days, you know what I mean? I worked for some big companies here and I've helped build, 5 different companies in the Valley. And I was never a yes man. Mm-hmm. I was the man that challenged it, and I also was the man that learned from it, right? Mm-hmm. So when you sit there and when you bring a different view on things, and when you have an owner, and like even with us, like I take everybody into consideration. So when we have our meetings on Tuesday mornings, I'll bring something to the table, and I'm like, I want to hear you guys' feedback on this because I want to hear everybody's idea. Yeah. Because like, okay, let's come with the team and look at it. Because if you're all yes men, you're gonna look at me and be like, well, what do you want us to do, boss? Yeah. No, like we're building something awesome and badass, and we're that knockout plumbing, that badass type of mentality. Like your guys' input helps us define who we are even more. Exactly. If you're a yes man all the time and all you do is yes, 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 you're not contributing to the overall growth. I feel like you're actually going to hinder it because like you don't have a brain for yourself. I was about to say that you're not thinking. Correct. If you're not asking questions, it could be the dumbest fucking question. At least I know you're actively listening. Yep. And you just have a question. 100%. If you're just gonna be, you might as well be fucking mute. Yeah, and that's the thing is a lot of companies out here, they like yes men, right? But they like said they don't step out of comfortability, right? How do you grow? You step out of comfortability. That's where you grow. Yeah. You grow through the hardships. You grow through the struggles. You grow through the technicalities, the difficulties, whatever it may be in life, right? That's what makes you better as an individual. So if these technicians are not asking questions or not coming to you and saying, hey, why are we doing it this way, and asking, like how are they growing? They're not growing as an individual. They're just sitting back doing whatever I say, mush, mush, mush. Yeah. I don't like to mush along. Yeah. I want you to come to me like, hey, I got an issue. This is what it is. Why are we doing it this way? Okay, great. This is why, and this is my thought process. What do you think now? Yeah. Okay, well, what if we would have done it this way? I didn't think like that, but let's have a sit-down conversation with the guys and let's look at it this way. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because different perspectives on things, you know what I mean? Sometimes it definitely helps things marinate a little bit more than you would think of just one individual. For sure. Yeah, and it's like, I mean, everything progresses in life. Everything is changing, and you never know if that new apprentice has a new idea that's like, why the fuck didn't I think of that? Yeah, 100%. Like I said, we got a new guy starting on Monday. He's a graduate from MIT. No shit. Yeah, he's a plumbing graduate. So like I said, we know that he knows the book. You know what I mean? But he doesn't know the plumbing end of it. You know, once you get because when you learn book and stuff like that, it's a lot different than going into it and being like, okay, yeah, I'm a badass plumber. I know all that. No, like code is to be transmitted the way you look at it. It's best practices, right? Yeah. Okay, hey, how do we make it meet code compliant, but also best practice? Yeah. And when you look at things like that and you're like, okay, what do you actually know? So like, we're excited to have him in. But we also know that he is green. He's a greenhorn. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's going to see things that he's going to be like, whoa, the book didn't say this. But no, this is the way it's done, but it's code compliant based off of what we have to have happen. Yeah, interesting. So. What are some things that usually go against the code that are like, come on, like, Pre-existing. Pre-existing? Ooh. Yeah, so like pre-existing situations, we have it happen on a lot of commercial properties where sewer's shallow or exiting sewer shallow. So instead of going a 1/4 inch, you know what I mean, I have to go down to an 1/8 or 1/16 of an inch. You know what I mean, we have to put it in our plans and say, hey, because of X, Y, and Z, this is what we have to do, or we have to put lift station in. But when there's pre-existing situations where you have to adapt to, and there's not really room to like do a full out change out, that's where adapting to the best of our abilities, but we also get approval before doing it, saying like, hey, this is what we can do. We draw the plans based off of it. We get the permits. Developers say, yep, you guys are good to go. Yeah. We make it happen, or we do a lift station if we need to. Do you believe in previous lives? Do I believe in previous lives? So I'm religious, you know what I mean, obviously, and stuff like that. I do believe that. I don't know if reincarnation is maybe like if your consciousness, because consciousness. Deja vu. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think that there's in some ways you've seen or done things that you remember, but you've never done them yet. Yeah. So I would say yes in some particular ways, because like I said, I'll get moments where I'm like, wow, why does it feel like I've already been here or already done this? Yeah. But then it's like, but I haven't. Yeah. But yeah, 100%. I was gonna say that because I feel like if you believed in that, you were like a fucking general in your past life or something. Maybe. I swear, like you have that fucking like clear-headed, just direct. Fucking, I know what I gotta do, and if I don't know what I gotta do, I'm still gonna fucking figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out, dude. Yeah. I've always been that mentality. Like I said, pick up more than I can chew, and then I just figure out how to chew it. Yeah. Just keep going for it. Yeah. Badass. Yeah.
So let's switch up the gears a little bit.
Yeah.
So you've been in the industry a long time.
Yep.
What are some crazy, funny things that like pranks maybe you've pulled on some apprentices?
Oh God.
I know like there's a lot of room for like fucking around.
Yeah.
And there's like times to definitely not do that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you guys.
Yeah. So I was in Alabama, and I was living in Dothan, and we were going across the border. We were working at the school, and we were plumbing it in, and we were running all the electrical and stuff. And I had a greenhorn. I think he was only on the job maybe 3 or 4 days, right? And I wrote on a piece of paper, pipe stretcher, and I hung it up. on the wall, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm inside this line, and I'm plumbing in this bathroom, and I'm like, oh shit, man, we're short pipe right now. And he's like, oh my God, what are we gonna do right now? And like, he didn't understand like, oh, you're just coupling it and add more pipe, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, dude, there's a tool. It's called a pipe stretcher. Like, go get that for me. I'm sitting there, like, I'm on my phone just looking at, I think back then it was like MySpace or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there just scrolling, just waiting. He comes back. I think it was like 40 minutes later. I'm like, damn, he's really looking. And he came back and he's like, I just can't find this tool and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, let me walk with you. Let me show you where it was. And I walk in the back of the truck and I'm like, oh, where did I leave it? Oh, and I took the piece of paper off and I'm like, oh, here it is. And he looked at me and he's like, are you serious right now? I said, there's no such thing as a pipe stretcher. And he literally like was so mad. And I was like, and he's like, are you kidding me? Like, dude, he left for like, I don't know, a good hour. And he came back and he's like, you got me.
Yeah,
and I was like,
good.
Yeah, dude, like, welcome to the world. Because when I was young going through my apprentice, man, they used to do some nasty stuff. Dude, I used to get thrown into a septic tank to clean them out with a pressure washer.
Oh, God.
Not knowing that we didn't need to do that. They were just like, oh, yeah, you got to get down in there.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just pressure washing it away.
Mike Rowe in there, dirty job.
So nasty, you know what I mean? But back then I was like, I didn't know no better.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, dude, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, yeah, we've done everything, and we've done a few things.
What's like one of the nastiest situations you found yourself in, or maybe just were like, if it was a septic tank, you were on the outside looking at the guy, like.
Yeah. Well, I remember a job, and I won't name drop the individual, but we were doing a sub pump, and he's down there. He's a bigger dude too. So like back then, I was like $185, $190. You know, obviously now I'm older and fatter. You know, but I'm like.
You're eating good.
Yeah, I'm eating
Come
good.
on,
Yeah,
baby.
dude, my wife feeds me well. He's in front of me, right? So he's a bigger dude, like 300 pounds, and I'm over here just behind him, and he's over there just messing with the sewage ejector pump, and he forgets to depressurize it.
Whoa!
And he literally takes off the band clamp, pulls it apart, and explodes.
Oh!
And I'm behind him, mind you. I'm behind him like this, and I literally watch it go around me and on the walls, and I'm like, holy shit!
Like you have an umbrella.
Yeah, dude, like a big fucking just a human shield, right? And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm trying not to laugh, right? And he fucking turns around, and there's shit all over him. And on his lip was a kernel of corn.
Oh, shit.
And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, and I'm sure if he sees this, he's going to know who it is.
Yeah.
He goes, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
He turns to me, and he goes, oh, fuck.
And then he goes,
dude, he just like wiped it, and he just walked out. And I'm like, and I looking around, I was like, oh my God. And he was like, I forgot to depressurize. And I was like, yeah, bro. Like,
oh my God. That's the second sewage ejector pump story.
Dude, it was so
What's
bad.
up with them? Like,
well, they're under pressure all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a check valve in there and stuff like that. And it pushes, and it's got to go, depending on the situation, it can go, 30, 40, 50 feet, and, whatever it is, vertically, depending on the size of the pump. We got pumps up in Holbrook, dude, that are 9 feet down on the ground.
Whoa.
They're shooting straight up, big motherfuckers. And yeah, dude, they just hold the pressure. So when he disconnected it, it already had pressure built in. So it was holding all this pressure, and it literally just.
Fuck.
Yeah, we got a lot of head pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so bad.
God.
I still remember to this day, and I remember the house. I remember the I remember everything, and I remember like his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I had a really bad day when I was an apprentice, and we did work for DWP out in LA, and we were doing this like go green fucking thing, and basically we'd go to a business, change out their lamps and ballasts for free, and we were working at this gas station, and there was a couple journeymen there, and I just like to, when I fucking finish, I like to go home.
Yeah.
4-hour day, and I get paid for 8. Why the fuck wouldn't you work fast?
100%.
And I'm working quick, and these journeymen are just standing around, and I'm like, fuck it, give me. I took his fucking lighter. It was like the last fucking light of the day, and it was right behind the cash register of some gas station. And I go to push open the fucking light, and rat shit just pours all over me. Whoa. And I look at him, and I'm just like, I was over it that day. Yeah. I said, I'm fucking done. Yeah. This was like a year in. And he's like, what do you mean you're done? You can't quit. And I was like, no. I'm fucking leaving the union. Like, I'm done. And my foreman used to drive me because like they liked me. They would use the shit out of me, rightfully so. But I was like, Jonathan, I'm not fucking doing this shit. Like I just had rat shit fall into my mouth like it was a bunch of fucking Cocoa Pebbles. Yeah. And I just like I was over. I'm in between like how I left and all this stuff, but I just can't deal with fucking rat shit. Dude, hearing that story is like, I am a fucking pussy. Oh, dude.
I'm a fucking pussy. I got guys that are the same way that work here that, you know, we were doing a house in, Phoenix, and it was a apartment complex. And one of the individuals, I'll name him, his name's Cody. He still works for us. And he was underneath there, and a rat came out of the sewer, and he was there. And you want to talk about a guy who was like 6'6", trying to get off from underneath the house and move as fast as he can. I'm talking, he was banging into everything trying to get out. But yeah, he freaks out over rats, spiders, and like that's his like, or cockroaches. Cockroaches even worse.
Ooh.
You know, we get a lot of them out here.
Yeah, cockroaches are a weird fucking insect.
Oh yeah, man, they're like this motherfucking big, dude. Yeah, they could be some big bastards.
Yeah. They survive anything.
Oh, 100% nuclear bomb and everything.
That, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck is up with that?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you get some nasty stuff, especially with the apartment complexes, man. When you're pulling out, our little rat tails and stuff like that, tampons and everything, and you got a whole sewer line with a whole bunch, like 150, 300 tampons hanging from
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with sisters, so I know what a fucking tampon smells, especially a used tampon. Thanks, Brittany and Brian. Fucking nasty, just
sewer rats we call them.
Yeah,
because they swell up and they got the little.
I was just about to say, so they just keep fucking expanding too.
And everything's on it.
God.
And the smell, yeah.
Is there like a smell that you smell now, and it's kind of like, not that you like it, but you're just like, I don't really fucking care. Like,
it's shit, dude.
It is.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I smell shit, and in my head, I think money.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's shit. Yeah. That's money. Let's go. You know what I mean? Like
the brown dollar bills.
Yeah, dude. Like money's in the ground. It's always gonna be in the ground. But yeah, when people like everybody gags out about it. And, we have friends that we went camping with, and their toilet and their RV backed up, and they're trying to unplug it and stuff like that. And it doesn't bother me, right? So here I am, took off my shirt and went freaking shoulder deep into their septic tank in their RV and got it all cleaned out. Came out and washed my hands off and everything like that. And they're like, really?
Who's got a beard?
Yeah, I'm like, you're like, really? I'm like, dude, I'm used to this shit. You know what I mean? I remember this guy that I was doing my apprentice with. He was working on a toilet, and literally the motherfucker had a sandwich in his right hand as he's working on this person's toilet.
Oh my God.
And I didn't even watch him wash his hands.
Dude, I closed the toilet lid just because I know poop particles go everywhere.
Dude, he's I'm talking hand is on the toilet, and he's working on it.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's some fucking crazy motherfuckers out there.
I think he passed away now, but he was.
R.I.P. to a real one.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck.
You wonder why plumbers don't get sick very often.
Yeah.
Our immune systems, dude, we deal with people's shit.
Your immune system was like fucking Mike Tyson.
Dude, 100%. 100%. Yeah, it's absolutely insane, but it works out. But yeah, it doesn't faze me. Yeah. I think probably the worst smell that kind of sometimes, like, we do a lot of slaughterhouses too.
Oh, man.
So that smell can be pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
Especially when we're hydrojetting and stuff like that. You get into their septic or grease interceptors and their catch basins. Yeah, you definitely smell.
The blood starts to really kind of
thicken
up, right?
Oh, yeah, coagulates. Yep.
Yes. Yeah. I love that word. I need to start using that one more. Feeling a little coagulated right now.
Yeah, it definitely gets nasty. And but hey, like, I mean, we protect the health of the world. You know what I mean? So.
Man. Yeah. How do you deal with, like, they're not slaughtering the animals when you guys are there, are
yeah. Fuck. Oh yeah, I've seen,
I mean, I've been a part, like, so we did a survival thing, and they got a deer, they fucking skinned the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And it was just mind-blowing to think that I bet you hardly less than 10 people in this fucking casino would be able to, like, withstand just looking at that.
Oh, dude, I got them right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love bow hunting.
So primal.
Yeah, bow hunting and everything,
Yeah, you bow hunt?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, what's the biggest thing you fucking hit?
I go to whitetails and stuff like that. I want to go on a bear hunt. I've killed alligator. I've gone, we killed crab.
Oh, wait, you were fucking fighting Alabama, too,
yeah.
You guys got alligators out there?
Oh, yeah, we go down across the border. You can go to Louisiana, go across the border, everything,
Whoa. Yeah. Have you ever seen an alligator, Jordan? Oh, duh, yeah. For some reason, because when we went to Florida, we went to a Hooters. There was a fucking alligator in there, and like we were kind of fucking with it. But then the fucking thing just started coming up at us. Just started getting a little fucking freaked out.
Dude, they're so good though. Like you can order gator nuggets and stuff like that.
I've had gator before.
Super good, super good.
I was a little tipsy, but I mean, I'm a picky eater, so when I had gator, I was fucking pretty fucked up.
I mean,
it wasn't bad.
Yeah, it don't bother me. Frog legs, you name it.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, I like so when I kill a whitetail or anything like that, like I hang them. I cut the back of right where their Achilles in the soft spot.
Yeah.
Put a stick through it. Open their throat and cut around their anal gland and rip it all out.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's pretty. I don't think my dad would be able to withstand it. He's a fucking pussy. Like he's a hard charging man, but when it comes, he does not eat meat. Like he'll have like maybe some ribs or some chicken, but like steak, fuck no.
No,
like,
don't even.
Yeah.
No, I go to the butcher house, buy all my stuff. Yeah. Don't faze me at all.
So you'd like to hunt a bear? Where do you do that?
So you can actually get like bear hunts and stuff like that. So they got it in Colorado and like I think Montana does some. You can go like out of country too. You can go to Canada and everything like that, or Alaska. But yeah, you just pay for the hunts and stuff.
I've been watching. There was a while there. She got fucking pissed off about it because you just hear. I used to watch bear fights, like bears fighting.
Oh yeah, that's insane. Yeah.
And there's this whole thing going around on the internet saying like, do you think you could fight like one man versus a bear, like 1,000 men versus a bear? Fuck no.
No weapons, you're dead.
Dude.
There's no way.
Yeah. Did you ever hear about the short-faced bear? Have you heard about that? It was like the bear that, so when there was the, the Alaskan Bridge where there was like, when like nomadic people were around or whatever, there was a thing called the short-faced bear and it was 11 feet tall. Fucking vicious. And I saw, we were at a museum and I saw one, like just the statue of it. And that would keep anybody from fucking trying to cross past the, I forget what it was called, the...
I know, it's the something pass, or whatever, it's a Bering Pass, but it's from Alaska to Russia.
Yes, that's what it was, like to Siberia and stuff.
Yep.
And people would travel that? Like, does that ever freak you, like, does that ever trip you out? Like, especially living in Phoenix now, like, horse and carriage, like, what the fuck do you do?
Yeah, I don't know, like, I tell my wife all the time, I say, sometimes I feel like I was born in the wrong era, because... I mean, I hate to say it, but half the motherfuckers out here are pussies. Yeah. And I'm one of those ones, like, it's got to get done, it's got to get done. If I got to go kill an animal to eat, I'm going to eat. You know? Like, it's just the way I was raised being Southern, you know what I mean? It's just... Yeah, for
sure.
Get it done type deal.
What's a crazy thing you think you've gotten yourself out of, like, not even like plumbing or anything like that, just like, have you ever come across a point where like, I'm in some deep shit right here. How the fuck do I get out of this?
Dude, oh man. Probably the biggest job that I've kind of was like, what the fuck why am I in this type of thing? I'd probably have to say it was probably back in Alabama, and we were doing a water treatment plant, and I think I was year 3. No, I think I was year 3 out of my apprentice, and everything, it was all 6-inch pipe, it was all big stuff and stuff like that, and we were having a lot of soil issues, and things were just moving and falling, and I'm like, damn, dude, this is gonna be bad, dude. If we get caught up in this, and we wanted to obviously, pouring slabs and redoing the foundation, but that was probably the most difficult one. Like I said, I never I don't think in my whole career, even now, like when I come up with something that I've never done before, I don't think I've ever put that mode of like a negativity in my head, where I'm like, oh shit, I'm over my head. It's more like that concept, like I was always saying. I mean, I pick it up and chew it, and I figure out how to chew it, you know. And it's just kind of the same thing as even now, like, we've done some crazy big jobs for, places in Holbrook, where we're replacing sewer and it's freezing outside and it's snowing on us and stuff, and we're doing, big pits in the ground, and they're 9 feet down on the ground. And these pits have to operate. So, at those times you're like, oh shit, and then you're like, well, we're here, let's figure it out. Type thing,
Yeah, and I kind of think of it as like, if you take something that you're necessarily not exactly sure what to do, it's not like somebody's asking you to fucking float or like to fly away. Yeah. It's like, okay, so this is just gonna take a little bit more brain power, different kind of maneuvering or something.
Yeah. I sit it where the water is waist high, where I still got room to move if I need to move a little bit. So I never get to where I'm over my head, but I'm like, this one is a little sketch. Yeah, but we're gonna.
I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm not a quitter.
Exactly.
I mean, it doesn't work well, and it's definitely not in my blood. You know what I mean? Like, I'll stand tall, and we'll get through it and make it happen.
So I didn't even ask you. So what brought you? Like, what made you want to get into the plumbing? Like, industry?
So, like I said, I had a girlfriend back then. Her dad owned the Plum Electric, and when I started calling around, I was like, I'm literally going to PE class 3 times a day. Like, I have nothing else to really do. And so when the School to Work program was like offered to me, I was like, all right, that'd be cool. And kind of made some phone calls, and I called Matt Merrill, and I was like, hey, I know you don't really know me, but this is who I am, and I'm looking for a job, and I'll be the best digger worker you could have. You know what I mean? I'll bust my ass for you if you just give me a chance. And 3 weeks later, he gave me a call and was like, let's see if you can live up to that what you said. And I worked with him for, a couple of years, and then we just learned how to do it all, and kind of went there.
Man.
But I was like, dude, what am I gonna do? I'm literally in PE class back to back to back to back. You know what I mean? I was like, this is pointless. And it wasn't like, I could have graduated, but the problem was like I wanted to kind of finish semi with my class.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I was still trying to figure out like what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go. And I was just like, well, this is easier. I get off work get out of school at 10. I go to work until 5, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then work Saturdays if they need me. And then
Did you know beforehand when you were getting in, like, there's a lot of like fucking shit ton of money in this? I feel like there was like a big stigma when I was growing up.
Yeah.
It was like, you're gonna be a fucking plumber? Like,
yeah, and that's the problem nowadays, man. Like, you mean I call it naive parents. You know what I mean? Naive parents sit there and create naive children. And the problem that runs into is they think that if you go to college that you're going to be the most successful individual out there, right?
Yeah.
That you're going to be all these things, and that's all a bullshit lie.
Big
you know what
bullshit.
I mean? Like, the new millionaires are trade guys.
Yeah.
They're not guys who are sitting in a computer classroom or sitting in a classroom learning, sociology or psychology. Like, those aren't millionaires.
No.
You look at the people who are creating companies and building things and stuff like that. The ones that, if everybody said we're going to fail in school, they're the ones that are succeeding.
Exactly.
They're the ones that are building fucking buildings like this.
Yeah.
While you're sitting over here, can't figure out how to do 2 + 2 on your computer, or how to do it in mathematical thing. You have to do it off your calculator nowadays. So
Hey chat. Like.
yeah, exactly. Everybody uses off the AI stuff. They can't figure it out. Like, I watch my son do homework, and I'm over there helping. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, they make us do it this way, and I'm like, fuck that, dude. Here you go. This is the way you do it. But 100%, yeah. It's people degrade. People look down on people like us, blue collar. They look down at the garbage guy. They look down on all these people because they think they're less than them.
Do you think that was by design, though?
100%.
Right?
100%.
That's what I feel.
Yep.
And like, call it conspiracy.
Yeah, I believe it was to dumb us down so that eventually there's less of us and there's less infrastructure to be built.
Exactly.
So then what happens? Then we rely on the government more, or we rely on other people or outsiders who are strengthening their infrastructure side of things with tradespeople.
Yes.
And then, 100%.
The dumbing down of America, that goes back to like, fucking like the Rockefellers.
100%.
Because like, so I didn't know this, but I'm really interested in all this shit.
Yeah.
And so, like the wealthy families were the only ones like that had access to education. And then they're like, wait a second, we can make some fucking money off of this shit. And let's make it public.
Yeah.
And we'll actually give them less education, and we'll just fill it with more bullshit.
Yeah.
And we'll just tell them what we want them to know.
Correct.
And all the other guys that go to have these frats and shit, those are the guys that, essentially were making the connections, and that's really all they were paying for was connections. But now it's like, it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, the fucking, some of those parts of this country is crumbling.
Oh, yeah.
And they need infrastructure and all this stuff, and that's why I think we're coming
Look
to
at Detroit.
Exactly. That's exactly
Detroit's
where I was thinking.
the big
of.
one right there.
And I think we're coming back to like a big, like, not renaissance, but like a big
It's an opening.
revival
Yes.
of the trades.
Correct.
Think about the motherfuckers that were building like the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
My ass wouldn't have fucking been up there.
Nowadays it's like John D. Rockefeller did it well, right? You know what I mean? He was a steel tycoon, and he was multiple businesses. But he was smart the way he did it, right? He infrastructured it, but he also did what's called the water method, right? Or the waterfall method, which was to create generational wealth and control. Have you ever heard that before?
Waterfall.
It's called a waterfall method.
I have not heard this.
So what it is you take all your businesses and you put it into a trust. And then you have a trust that's a beneficiary trust. And then the kids and the grandkids and all that borrow money from the beneficiary trust, right? And it could be a rule of, hey, you need to create 2 businesses or whatever that puts it in the main trust, and that main trust is funding our lifestyle, right? Creates everything, Carnegie Steel, all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah. So when it comes to that trust, whatever you borrow against the trust, you literally have to have a life insurance policy that's ×3 of that, what you borrow. And it gets paid back. The beneficiary of that life insurance policy is then the trust, the main trust. Whoa. So then it goes back, and it literally is a circulum of financial freedom.
Yeah.
Because like I said, yeah, there's a lot of things when it comes to stuff like that. And like, and here's the other thing. Why do they borrow against the trust? Because it's debt. Debt is not taxed. You can't tax debt. So they literally go in there, borrow against it. I mean, a lot of billionaires and people do it. They keep liquid cash in assets, right?
Yes.
And what do? They borrow against the asset, or they borrow against that liquid, or what their net worth is.
Yeah.
Because you can't pay taxes on debt.
No shit. Yeah. That was just like 60 seconds of game.
Yeah, there's a lot, dude.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Was that you have trust and all that stuff?
I have things set up. Yeah. My goal is, like I said, that
I need to get a trust.
The whole point of Knockout was to literally create generational wealth for my family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, I own 360U Sports. I have,
what is that?
360U Sports is a flag football organization here in the East Valley. We purchased it, and it's pretty much getting the kids out of the homes and getting them back on the field and playing football.
Hell yeah.
Get them away from the games. Get them out there, getting hot and heavy, sweat, and all that kind of shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's formed from heat and desire to win, you know, and kind of rebuilding that desire to fight and win, because like I feel like this generation, they're what's the word I'm looking for? Pushovers.
Yes.
Get in the corner. I need a safe space. All that kind of shit. Yes. I can't stand it.
They're yes men.
Yes, 100%. That's what they're creating.
Oh my God, full circle.
Correct.
Holy shit,
so,
they are.
Yeah, we're getting kids out there and stuff like that, and you know, I'm a partner in No Quarter Apparel. No Limit Investments is an investment side of things that, I mean, I'm kind of working on and stuff like that. And I won't go into too much detail because obviously I don't want people to steal my ideas.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, it's always like let people see you work in the dark. You know, never really talk about it.
Yeah, I think about Bane all the time.
Yeah.
You adopted the dark. I was born 100%.
In it. Like that's what it is, dude.
That shit is hard.
Yeah, you play chess. You know what I mean? You got to play chess with life, and I move my pawns accordingly, but I move them in silence.
Yeah.
Where I don't need to talk about it. I don't need to brag about it. Like I said, I'm coming from a job site with concrete on my boots, and looking like a bum and stuff like that. But that's the point of it.
Yeah.
That's the point. It's like I don't need you to know who I am.
Well, that's the thing too. Like we were having this conversation too. It's like I don't want to fucking look. Oh, yep. Thank you, sir. Sorry. I don't want to look look rich, and I want to be rich, and I will wear fucking just dirty fucking jeans.
100%.
And I have a lot of friends that are like, bro, I know you aren't fucking working right now, and you just bought a brand new fucking 300 pair of Nikes. Like, what's going on?
That's the thing, dude. Like the most expensive thing on my body right now are these pair of Ariat boots.
Yeah.
Like I've literally.
I bet you those motherfuckers last a couple years.
They do. They work really well. And I'm the same way. It's just the way. Like I don't need all the fancy stuff. You know what I mean? I don't need the big multi-million-dollar homes and stuff like that. I'm more of like a very, dude. I'm country.
Yeah.
Like I am 100% a redneck, dude. Like you get me out in the sticks. I'm good with a mobile home, an old truck, a shotgun. Just let me live my life and like Duck Dynasty type shit. You know what I mean? Like have fun with it and enjoy it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, a lot of people are flashy. Where, I mean, it's definitely not my forte.
Yeah, I never understood it too. And that's another thing. If you want to dumb down America, make them think that shit's fucking important.
That's what they do.
Get chains. I mean, if you're buying gold chains, it's like kind of an investment, not really, but like.
See, gold is always obviously going to go up and stuff like that, but it's the way you handle gold, right? It's the flashing. If you're buying gold bars or you're buying silver bars, and I understand the investment side of it, but when you're doing it to a point to gain status quo on bullshit, you're not really doing anything important, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like. Yeah, I watch the kids. I go to the mall. You know what I mean? And my daughter's into these like character book bags, right? You only buy them from this stupid store. And I always go in there and I'm like, I always buy her a couple for her birthday or Christmas or whatever it may be. And, you know, she has a whole damn wall full of it. And every time I'm in there, I see all these 18, 19, 20-year-old kids walking around, dude, like just looking like they're like a billionaire rapper. You know what I mean? And you're like. Guys, you guys got it all wrong right now.
Yes.
You mean like if you were to take that money and invest it in something, invested in a Roth IRA, or you invested in a crypto, or start a business, right? That's the whole point of America, right? America is the ability to fail. And these kids don't understand, like, there's so many laws out there that let you start something. If you fail, you fail. But guess what? Get knocked down 8 times, stand up 9.
Yeah.
And these kids don't understand that.
Yes.
They'd rather sit there, put $300 pair of shoes on, $600 pair of pants on, a $400 shirt, and say, "Hey, I'm winning."
Oh my God.
What are you winning?
If I bought $600 pair of pants, my dad would still beat my
Dude,
fucking
my oldest son, Toby, he's 17 years old, and back in the day, he would come to me and be like, "Dad, I want these pants," and they're like $250, $275.
What were they? They fucking sing?
Yeah, I did. They're like these fancy things. I'm like, they look like fucking blue jeans.
Yeah.
He goes, "Dad, you don't understand." I said, "No, I don't.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing." I said, "You want them? This is what I'm gonna tell you to do. You want them? Go get a job.
Yeah.
But every paycheck you got, you're putting 33% back into savings."
Yes.
I said, "You're gonna reinvest that into something else."
Nice.
So then I made him start to be like, "Okay, well, I have to start saving for this, but I also have to pay this because I need to pay my savings like if it's a debt." And then make it quarterly. But these kids think they're winning, but they're not. You're winning at like a social side of things. But
exactly.
realistically, you're not winning at life.
Yes. Oh God. Yeah, dude. I mean, these fucking pants I got for $5 at a thrift store, I could pull them up to my fucking nipples.
Yeah, dude.
Because they don't fit me. But like, she fucking laughs at me I have them all the way up. It's literally, I'll show you right now. I have it over my belly button. I pull them down, but it's like, dude, I like the way they feel. Yeah. They're comfortable, and if I ever grow for some reason.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think these are Ariat M3s, and these are $22 pair of pants.
Yeah, I've never really, I've just never bought into, like, my friends have watches and shit. It's like, boy, I know that shit's fake.
Yeah.
Like, why are you trying to flex on me?
Yeah.
What the fuck, buy me a beer. Anything, shit.
Yeah, I'd rather see, like I said, my friends invest in something that's gonna be for growth down the road.
Yeah.
Rather than something that's going to sit back and be like, "Hey, I can wear it for a season," and that's going to disappear in a season.
Where do you think would be the best place to invest? Like whether that's like in yourself, a business, like we were talking about gold. Where do you think like somebody that is that wants to start investing?
So when you say investing, are you talking about as far as like if you have capital and you're going to move money into something?
Yeah, somebody said, let's say they have 10 grand and they want to start a business, or like we were talking about gold. Gold will always go up.
Yep.
You said Roth IRA, things like that.
Roth IRAs are good, stuff like that, but that's slow money. You want money that's going to move or make money fast, right?
Yeah.
So what I would do if I had $10,000, right, and I wanted to sit there and make it into something. I don't know if I would start a business with 10 grand.
Yeah.
I would probably invest in a property first, and then I would take a HELOC out on that property and pay off that property or move that money to buy up another property.
Yeah.
And then I would start a portfolio in real estate and then take that money to start a creative business. And I started Knockout with $1,500, you know what I mean, in an old Duramax, but I already had a name when I left and started my own thing. So when that would transpire when I left, it was already like, we want Dan. So the calls were starting to come in. So I didn't have to have a ton of capital to sit there and make a move. But with new generation, and like I said, out here, everybody and their brothers thinks they're a plumber, right? Yeah. Half of them are shitty plumbers, and I'll say it the way it is. Yeah. But they all think they're plumbers, and we fix half their stuff. But I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. But out here, it's hard. It's saturated, right? So in something like that, that's where I would look at. Okay, hey, where can I buy up real estate? Because they ain't making more dirt. There's always, so dirt's very limited, and it's going to be the most high output, right? So if you do that, you have multiple real estate properties. I don't know if you ever looked at Grant Cardone and stuff like that. He's one of the biggest, like I would say, apartment complex real estate moguls out there, but he's also a self promoter, really good at it and stuff like that.
He's very good at
100%.
Well, I never read books. I hated education because I was force fed all this bullshit. The first book I ever read from front to back was Rich Dad Poor Dad. Robert Kiyosaki or whoever.
Right.
I forget,
I mean, he's got $1 billion in debt, $1.3 billion in debt. Yeah. But he's worth billions. Yeah. Because of all the real estate.
Yeah, and that's what I was reading that when I was an apprentice. And I was sitting there, I'm like, and they're talking about trades, and I'm like, or unions, and I was like, fuck this shit. My journeyman's my foreman's driving me to work, and I'm reading this book. I'm like, I need to get into fucking real estate. Yeah,
and that's the thing is like, I mean, if you look at him, and he'll even tell you, like, you can't tax debt.
Exactly.
So I sit there and take my money out of on this. You can't tax me on that. Yeah. It's debt. Debts can't be taxed.
Man, that was some game.
Yeah, Rich Dad Poor Dad was pretty good. You know, Grant Cardone does it, like I said, self-promoter, self-marketer. He's one of the best ones out there. He talks about it all the time. You can sit there and turn 10x or 10,000 into 10x really quickly. But yeah, definitely real estate or some type of, rental property. I would.
What do you think was your most, like your biggest learning lesson or like biggest loss in like an investment or idea that you tried putting in? Like what was one of your biggest like losses, you would say, or like learning lessons?
One of my biggest learning lessons was probably giving my employees too much room. And when I say too much room, it's not like, I was telling you, like I always let them sit at the same table. We have conversations, stuff like that. But I gave them reins to think that they had control when they didn't have control on certain aspects, right? And they would start to do things that would either go against the things that I liked or whatever like that. But that would probably be, or just people in general who were not worth the time to be invested, right? So the ones that like when you're going down and struggling, like I remember one time. When I first started, I watched my account go from $40,000 to negative $10,000 in a day. And I was like, oh my God, this is it. Like, all right, I failed. Next day, another 60,000 hit my account. And I was like, all right, I'm here again. You know what I mean?
It's such an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, it is 100%. And that's what business is all about. It's emotional roller coaster. And it's the fact that it's a ride. Mm-hmm. And like I said, the rides can be bumpy as hell, and there's times that you're on a sand dune and it's perfect, but as soon as you come over that hill, you're like, oh shit, we're going down, dropping, and then you're coming over the top. Yeah. And I think that's what a lot of people understand, and entrepreneurs in general, is it's not for everybody. No. And people get scared, and it's, like I said, you get knocked down 8, you stand up 9, and you just kind of go through it, but
Yeah, man, it's a whole system, and like it goes back to like just the dumbing down of America. Like the embarrassment of failing is so unappealing to a lot of people that like their last resort is to trick their own selves into thinking I can be an entrepreneur. Yeah. And then they fail, and then they quit, and then they're just like they're okay with the rest of their life being so mundane and so blah. There's
an old saying that says broke people is afraid of losing everything, while rich people are okay losing everything. And in that meaning, I'm not afraid to spend money when I need to spend money. Where when a broke person has an individual who isn't trying to be successful is scared, they get scared and they hold on to everything. When something happens, like even with us, like they grab. They're always grabbing for things. And even with us, like I said, I pride myself in never being slow. We've never been slow. We've hammered it out. People reach out to us all the time. Are you guys busy? Yep, we're slammed. But here's the thing: when you guys are scared, I'm not. When you're scared, I'm pushing the gas. And you're, like I say, when you're more scared, I'm dumping another 20 grand into something else. Yeah. And I'm like, I'll just outbid you and I'll outtake you. I'm going to take it where it is. And that's just been my mentality this whole time. And why Knockout has been so successful is I don't get scared. I don't like if I lose, cool, I lose. I take it on the chin. Guess what? I'm going to stand up again. And I'll figure, okay, I made that mistake. Let me learn from it, right? Yeah. And then I adapt accordingly based off of it. Yeah. Man, the whole name of Knockout Plumbing, like the way you talk, I told you you're like a general, but it's like you're boxing life. Yeah. That's what it seems like. 100%. And like it goes with Knockout, and it's like, fuck, pretty cool. Yeah. Do you have any, we're going to wrap this up. Actually, let's ask you a few questions. We're going to just shoot them off the gun. First thing that comes to mind. I love it. Okay. Sounds amazing. Hopefully they're super inappropriate, so I could be inappropriate. Have you ever had yourself or any techs? Has anybody ever offered to have sex to pay their bill? Oh my God, yes, yes. Okay, I can go into some stories on this one. Oh my God, dude. Yes, I was a technician. I was underneath the sink, and I'm working on a garbage disposal, and literally I'm underneath and I'm working. And next thing I know, like I look and I see this lady's feet like right here, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, like she's getting something, whatever, nothing big. I'm just going. Next thing I know, I'm like, I look and I felt like you know how you can feel someone like kind of hover over you? Yeah. And you're like, wow, what the fuck what just happened? And you look down and you see 2 feet, and you're like, oh no. And then like I kind of like scooted out underneath. Back then I wasn't so fat, you know what I mean? So it was a little simpler getting there. I'm broad-shouldered. And next thing you know, I'm like, she's not wearing anything underneath. Like everything's off. Sundress? No, everything's off. Gone. Oh. And I was like, nothing. And I was like, and I kind of like, she's like, oh, I just figured, you take care of me, I take care of you. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, I grabbed my stuff and left real quick. And I was like, oh my God. And then I've had it happen, like, I knock on a door and this chick's in a bra and panties. Yeah. Nice. And then, I need to be a plumber. But, I went to a job in Gold Canyon, and there's a lady that I walked in, and she was like, her issue was in a different area, and she's like, oh, I want you to look at my bathroom. I walked in her bathroom, and there's pictures of her naked everywhere. Yeah. What? And I was like, can I take one? I was like, what the fuck? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, I gotta go. And oh yeah, 100%. Any guys? Guys? I've had guys hit on me, yes. And I'm like, dude, I'm definitely not swinging that direction. I don't lightsaber nobody, you know what I mean? So it's not gonna happen.
I'll fight you for it.
Yeah, well, we can fist fight, but I ain't doing anything else, you know. But yeah, it's been crazy. I know a few guys that are buddies of mine who work for other companies or who own their own company now, and I think he's in just by himself. Oh yeah, dude, he's definitely smashed.
Nice. Yeah. Gotta go to this back room over here.
Dude, yeah. He's like, sometimes you gotta get payment where you get payment. I'm like, yeah, as well as every STD out there. You know, have fun, buddy.
Yeah. Along with some fecal matter.
Oh, dude. 100%. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. Do you consider yourself a conspiracy theorist? Do you have any conspiracies that you believe in?
Do I have conspiracies? Do I believe in?
I know we kind of talked about that one, but is there like I know the whole Epstein thing's going on right now, but like, do you think we went to the moon?
Do I think we went to the moon? I think a lot of things that we say are not factual information.
Like partially correct?
I think there's bits and pieces that are informationally correct. Just like I told you, like if you look back in like say the 40s and 30s and 20s, right? What was America all about? We were well informed, right? And what happened over the years? You know, 70s, 60s, 80s, 90s, and stuff like that. We became very uninformed. Yeah. And the government could see, and people could see that we are very gullible to situations, and what's on TV is believable, right? And I think that's what the world is about now. It's almost like, I mean, let me show you this over here, talk about this over here, but you're not seeing what's happening over here. Yeah. Type of scenario, and I think that's what happens with a lot of things. Yeah. Just like with the whole Epstein thing, just like with Trump situation. Dude, I think I'm a huge Trumper. I believe in Trump. You know, I mean, he's doing a great job, and you know, obviously there's things I disagree, but I feel like he's doing good. Yeah. But just like with that, you mean there's stuff going on with Hillary Clinton back when the trials and stuff like that, but we were too focused over here because the media portrayed this over here as the high demand. So what everybody do? They focused on one object, right? Yeah. Because we're too stupid to sit there and say, hey, why are you floating a red flag over here while this flag's over here waving? You're just trying to divert attention.
Yeah, it's like information overload. 100%. So if you just like flood something, it's like the water's too murky. I can't even see the bottom anymore.
Yeah, people can't make their own decisions, man. They believe whatever's being dictated on the news or dictated on TV or what they hear from a local person, and we don't think for ourselves. Like I was telling you, like they're all yes men, and I can't stand yes men. You know what I mean? Like I'm a person with an opinion, and you're gonna hear it whether you like it or not. If you don't like it, don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you, because I don't give a fuck.
Ooh, I like that. So, say that again real quick.
Don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you.
Oh, I'm stealing that. I'm gonna write that one down.
Sorry, Nicole. You got cuss words up in here, so yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't got time.
I will say, plumbers have like some of the best sayings.
Yeah,
like,
dude,
there's a lot of like catchphrases and shit.
Yeah, we have.
What's another one? You got another one on the top of your head?
Let me see.
David says this is the best thing since sliced bread.
Oh, best thing since sliced bread.
I think that was like one of the first things I thought of when I woke up. I was like, how can I use that today?
Yeah, you got that. What is Jake says something all the time? I don't remember his. If I think of some, I'll text it to you.
His boots ain't made for walking?
I don't know about all that, but if he's got boots that are made for walking, I'm going to hire him for something. We're going to go to corner 57 and Van Buren.
Okay, here's a good one. Yeah. If you had to teach a college course, what would it be? What?
So actually, I've got asked to do EVIT.
What's that?
It's a trade school out here. They've actually asked us to come in and have their kids come work with us and stuff like that. But if I was at college, I was going to be a professor. Like I said, I love science. I love science. I like math. Numbers don't lie. Numbers tell truth. Science is, like I said, I mean, I've always been a science type of guy. I like to look at things, pull it apart, kind of see how it works, and then piece it back together. But yeah, I'm kind of big into that kind of stuff.
Do you kind of nerd out on I like to nerd out, and because I just will never ever be able to comprehend it, like quantum physics, mechanics, and things like that.
No. I took that class at ASU and stuff like that.
It's fucking crazy. The smaller you go, you're just like, I'm never gonna learn.
Yeah, there's, like I said, even with my son, I sit down with him and and he's doing his math and stuff like that, and I'm like, they make it to the point it's so complex that it's like you're making it where they don't want to learn this, right? And I think that's what with the society, right? So it's new social norms, and I don't know if you know what sociology is, but it's the norm of what we do, right? It's the normal, right? Yep. And what they do is they make it so difficult that he's not interested. And if we create a lot of kids that are not interested in education or learning the correct things, what's going to happen? They're not going to be educated. Yeah. They're going to go south. They're going to not want to be there. They're going to be yes men. Yeah. And like I said, so I show Denver all the time. I'm like, why are you doing this stupid box method? I was like, here, let me show you 12 times 3. Here you go. Let me break it down for you really quick. You know what I mean?
Or it's multiplication. 36. I didn't know what if you do this for the nines.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why did I ever get taught that?
Yeah, dude. It's just ways to make you like not think.
Yeah.
And then make you hate it so much that you don't want to learn.
Yes.
And then you're kind of just stuck to whatever the government. It's like that's why AI is taking over too. You know what I mean? AI is taking over so much because they're trying to get rid of all the dumb people.
Yeah.
Because AI doesn't fuck up.
Yeah.
You know.
I use AI so much, so.
I know a lot of people that use it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Me,
But it's good for coding. Like Nicole taught me how to use it for coding. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I'm a genius.
Yeah, I don't even in our service Titan, you know what I mean? I manually input our part numbers and stuff like that. I don't even do an AI form or anything like that. I'm like old school. This is what it does. Oh, did I use that number already? Oh, nope, I didn't. Okay, we're gonna use this number now, and that's what we do it.
And going back to the kind of like teaching or whatever, like a lot of countries, what they're doing is like they'll take kids that, what do you like? Do you like science? They'll put you in just science classes because that's what they like.
Yeah.
If you're good with your hands, we're gonna teach you how to build a house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing is, like I said, we try to jam what we think their specialty or what they should be, right? Mm-hmm. We don't let them, kind of think for their own, like once again, yes men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't let them think too of like, hey, this is what I like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, let's try this, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you look at back in the day, right? The 1930s, 40s, 50s, all that. Yeah, you went to school, but you had the ability to choose like, okay, hey, I really like this, I'm gonna take more mechanical classes. Oh, I really like this, I'm gonna do this. We didn't do that. Nowadays, it's, oh, hey, you gotta have 6 classes of different types of algebra, and then you're going to go into trigonometry. You'll never use trig ever when you're out in your real world, but go ahead and use trig, and let me teach you X, Y, and Z in National Geographic, or whatever it may be, or geology. Yeah. And you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I feel like there needs to be a huge revamp and a new system
everything needs to change.
The education
Yeah,
system.
everything needs to change. And like I said, if you look at the schools around here, they're all dictated by either some political factor or some religious factor, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, this school is affiliated with this, or they have more of this religion or whatever.
Yeah.
So they're going to adapt to that scenario.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like there's no neutrality anymore. It's either, hey, you're going to be this way, you're going to be this way, right?
Yeah.
And
you'll get an automatic degree if you're trans, I heard.
Yeah, it's automatic.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just keep that shit away from my family.
And that's the thing too. They're like pushing it on people. It's like, let them
like
figure it out.
Let people figure their shit out, man. Like if they're going to be like, that's what's nice about America, right? You have the freedom to be who you want to be. Just like with anything in life, you could fail in business, you can start a business, you can do all these things. You could fail a million times. Be who you want to be. That's their decision. Yeah. Don't force your thought process or your ideology on things on individuals. Let them figure out their shit.
Yes. Yeah. That's what makes you like.
That's who you are. Yeah. It's human.
That's what makes you.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. Uniqueness. Are you secretly competitive?
Am I competitive?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
That was a dumb question.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any dad jokes?
Do I have any dad jokes?
That's so hard to come up with on the
Dude,
spot.
yeah.
Oh wait, can I tell you one?
Yeah.
Can I tell you one really fast? So, why do scuba divers fall backwards out of the boat? Because if they fell forward, they'd fall into the boat.
That's pretty. That's so. I got one. I don't know if it's appropriate. And
say it.
Oh, Nicole's going. So this is a grandpa joke, okay?
Grandpa?
This is a grandpa joke.
My grandpa's racist.
Yeah. I got some racial ones. We're not going to go there. So, being from South Alabama, there's a few of them there. But there's a grandpa and a grandson. The grandson's name's Johnny, right? He walks up to grandpa, and grandpa's sitting there lighting a cigarette and stuff like that. And Johnny goes, "Hey, Grandpa, can I try that cigarette?" And he goes, "Well, does your dick touch your asshole?" And he goes, "No." He goes, "Well, you're too young. Go away." So kid comes back the next day, see Grandpa whittling away. Johnny goes, "Grandpa, can I whittle too?" Grandpa goes, "Well, does your dick touch your asshole?" And he goes, "No." And he goes, "Oh, you're too young to do it, so go away." And he goes away. Next day, Grandpa comes up, sees Johnny sitting there eating cookies. Grandpa goes, "Hey, can I have a cookie?" Johnny goes, "Does your dick touch your asshole?" And he goes, "Yep." He goes, "Go fuck yourself. Grandma made these for me." Yeah.
Oh shit! I don't think I'll be able to top that one. That was fucking good.
Yeah, I got a few of them, but yeah, there's.
Depending on the weather, sometimes my dick won't touch my ass.
You never know.
It's cold.
It's cold.
It's inverted.
Yeah, it comes in innie. There's an outie. Yeah. There's an in between.
Oh shit. I think we should wrap it up on that point. Is there anything? Is there anything that you want to like? Are you hiring? You're always looking for guys?
We're always looking for top-notch plumbers. I mean, we're very particular on who we hire. Like I said, I feel personally, and I'm sure my organization, a lot of people out here, I feel like we're the best of the best. So like I said, we're always hiring the best talent, best people. If they're looking for room to grow, and obviously get into some crazy shit, we're definitely the place to do it.
Knockoutplumbing.com is
knockoutplumbingaz.com.
Az.com. Yep. Sweet. If you guys are looking for a plumbing job and you guys, meet the standard, which is a very high standard, but that's fucking what you guys bring. Yeah,
like I said, we'll train. We train two every 6 months, depending on it. But we definitely give people opportunity if the right fit, right? If they're there and they're going to want to work hard and be part of our group and they're going to show it, we're willing to put in the effort. But we definitely want the effort put back with us.
No half-steppers.
No, we won't tolerate it.
Yeah. No. Dan, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I had a blast. I feel like we need to do this again.
Yeah, this was a blast.
Because I have a lot to pick your brain on.
This
you gave me a lot of knowledge I need to comprehend.
Yeah, this was a blast.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate you.
Thank you guys. Stay tuned for
guys.
more.
Thank you.
That was a great episode.